Hey there, friends, coming at you with another episode of the Pre-Ride Show here on the ground in Emporia, Kansas at Unbound. Get a chance to spend a few minutes with none other than Brent Bookwalter. Brent, good to see you, man. How you doing?
Really good. Thanks for having me here.
Dude, right on. You're another one of these world tour riders that's fallen their way into gravel. How and why did that all happen?
Yeah, I'm definitely not doing the full gravel program. I'm definitely very retired as a professional cyclist.
Okay.
But I still love riding the bike. I've always loved it, and I'm in this period now of my life and my time with the bike where I'm redefining it. I'm figuring out what role the bike is going to play in my life, and really having a fun time adventuring on it, still trying to stay fit on it. You know, it's the best form of physical therapy, mental therapy, social.
100%.
Still love to see new places on it. So yeah, just I'm kind of figuring it out, and I've always been fascinated by the buzz of Unbound.
Okay.
And had a lot of sort of serendipitous alignment of factors in pulling me in here and making the trip happen.
Nice. You had a very prolific career. When you look back on it, is there a moment or a couple of moments that stand out as being the ones that are the most memorable for you?
So yeah, I mean, there's so many. You know, a lot of the most defining ones were the toughest ones. I think in 2007, like when my career was getting going, I shattered my tibia.
Right.
And that almost ended it before it even started. So the rebuilding from that and the engineering of my personality and who I was and what I valued changed a lot from that.
Okay. In what way? Like, how do you mean that?
Well, I realized, for one, like how lucky I was to be able to ride. You know, when that's taken away from me,
wow.
I couldn't walk for 6 months. Moved back in with my mom after I'd graduated from college, and just a new appreciation on that freedom and yeah, really the opportunity to be able to ride my bike full time. It became even more precious and important to me.
Sure.
Once it was kind of taken away before I almost even had it. So yeah, that was influential. And then looking at some of the more positive moments, I'd say being part of Cadel Evans' Tour de France victory in 2011.
Okay.
That was you know, anyone in the sport world can relate to that.
Yeah.
That's what makes the tour so special, is that
That had to be some fun moments on the team bus. Every day or every day you're in yellow and things like that. Because he didn't get to yellow till late in the race, right?
We timed it just right.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
A lot of days we were riding like we had it, but no, it's such a pressure cooker. You know, so tense and so focused and really a testament to team and coming all together, not having like, you know, any one of the strongest teammates, but using what we had and the resources we had to be our best, and it's the fairy tale ending.
That's got to be cool to take that victory lap on the Champs-Élysées.
Unreal. It felt surreal. I had all those images in my brain like stamped in there from watching the tour as a young kid.
Yeah.
And then to be living one of those moments that I had sort of idolized or dreamed about, like surreal. Felt like I was in a TV show, and it kind of was.
Yeah. The World Tour is known to be very tough. It's a very structured lifestyle. The racing itself, obviously at the highest level. Is there anything you don't miss about it?
Oh, so much. The list could go on. Yeah, no, I was very ready to stop. I'm so grateful for the run I had there. And, I'm really proud of what I accomplished and what we accomplished with the teams I was on. But it's relentless. It's so 24/7, 365.
Just the structure of it all,
right?
right?
Yeah, and the seasons get longer and longer, and the off seasons get shorter, and the injuries, the crashes, that pressure cooker tension that just sort of like is a constant in your life. You know, it's like never can really switch off. And part of that is the professionalism I tried to bring to it. I wanted to make the most of it and be my best and be part of these winning teams. And that's a 24/7 job. You know, it's something I really took seriously and took a lot of pride in. But that said, I'm really excited now to sort of take a breath, let my hair down, be with my family more. We got a 2-year-old son.
Beautiful.
So that happened just at the end of my career.
Yeah. What is retirement life like for you?
Yeah, it's time in the park, in the playground, and pick up some nursery school. My wife's trying to finish up a PhD, which has been a long journey also. So trying to support her through that, and then I'm doing some work with the Pro Cyclist Foundation.
Wow. Okay. Tell us about that.
Yeah, really interesting nonprofit. Pro Cyclist Foundation was founded by Black Swift Investment Group.
Okay.
And they have a really unique funding model of how they sort of generate that foundation's budget, which makes it sustainable, really long-term and scalable. And I'm charged with sort of connecting the foundation to the pro cycling world, to the programs, to some of the riders. And we're looking to offer athletes and team support in career, legal, and wellness. So kind of that's everything.
Fantastic.
But yeah, really what it is, it's filling the gaps that maybe the teams or the governing bodies leave. You know, I saw in my career, at the end of the day, even if I was on the best teams in the world, you know, there's little holes or little pieces that at the end of the day, the team just can't always fill and provide. But the structure also promotes us and encourages us to only rely on the team. So it's sort of this, it's sort of at odds with each other. You know, we live in the team bubble. We look to our team for everything. But at the end of the day, there's certain things that, you know, the team is a business also.
Right.
And is not going to help us with. So at the Pro Cyclist Foundation, we're trying to just bridge the gap and connect with programs and riders and do that.
Cool. You mentioned you're not going full on into gravel and going to race a full calendar, but what are you looking forward to racing? Is there going to be anything else other than, I know you're going to be with us at Belgian Waffle next week.
Yeah, so it's really just coming together. Like I said, I did the Traca in Girona, where I'm still based. I'm still residing in Girona, Spain.
Okay.
That was my first bike ride ever, even approaching the 200-mile realm.
Okay.
So I just wanted to finish.
Full on San Remo's nothing. I got to get 200 miles in.
It was longer than San Remo, and it's in gravel. I mean, yeah, it's nuts. So I was so intimidated by it, and I wasn't even sure I could finish. So I'm stocked up for survival, and then we set off, and I'm like, these guys are racing.
Yeah.
Like, we're racing, chopping each other, taking the left through the roundabouts, crashes. So that was a bit of a shock and a recalibration.
Okay.
But it was a big epic adventure and a survival battle ultimately.
Yep.
But I had a great time. So that was sort of a test. If I came away from that still loving my bike and wanting more. So yeah, through my relationship with BMC Bikes now, and then some of these great sponsors and friends from Michigan where I grew up.
Been around for a long time.
Yeah, Bissell, Advantage Benefits.
Yeah, that's great.
These are the guys that got me started as a junior in Michigan.
Okay.
And they've been steadfast supporters of cycling, you know, the past 20 years still. They still have a team. They're still supporting the regional and local scene. They have this team is hitting a bunch of the gravel and mountain bike stuff. So then I always said, when I retire from pro road racing, I'm going to come back. I'm going to join you guys for a race.
Nice.
And I'm going to reconnect with that team and those riders. And obviously the riders are it's a new crop of really exciting young riders.
Yep.
But yeah, that was a big part of coming back too. So yeah, I'm here in Unbound with the Bissell Advantage Benefits crew, and then also with BMC, and then Belgian Waffle next weekend, which is more or less my USA hometown.
That's your backyard, yeah.
Of Asheville. And then I don't know, like then I kind of go back to the drawing board. I got to get back and tap in for some dad time.
Okay.
But hopefully find something else towards the end of the season.
Have any of your former World Tour buddies who are racing here now given you any tips on
yeah.
what to expect or what to think about?
I mean, Keel was just like, good luck, dude. You know,
good luck, dude.
It's nuts, man.
You're on your own.
Bring some walking shoes or,
yeah, he would know, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, and I think Keel and I are on similar wavelengths. He's doing more in the gravel scene than I am.
Okay.
But yeah, we resonated a lot with each other the past few years of our pro road careers. We retired at the same time, and he said it's just kind of what I described at the track. It's surprisingly intense. You know, you think oh, it's double the distance of some of these road races we do. It's got to be like scaled back in the intensity.
Yeah.
But he's like, no, man, it's just like go till you blow, fight to the death.
Yeah.
So that's not what I really thought I was signing up for, but here we are.
Well, retired or not, I know you're probably way too competitive to not just go out there and just pedal along for 200 miles. I know you're going to give it up.
I love riding my bike, and it's fun to go fast. I'm very far from peaked out and dialed in. I'm looking around at some of the setups and looking how chiseled some of these guys are, thinking, man,
There's a bunch of Dutchies over here now, too, that are looking to kind of take this thing
aero
over.
bars and so I'm approaching it from a different angle, but I also appreciate and respect where those guys are coming from. I think that's the limited amount I've seen the gravel scene, just a little bit in Girona at the Traca and these few days here in Kansas. Is that there's something for everyone. There's you can just close all the stops and go all out. Stress about every detail, nail everything, or you can kind of just rock up and say, I'm gonna do my best. And I'm probably somewhere in the middle of there, looking for the adventure and the fun of it.
My money's on the further end of the front.
We'll see.
Can we take a look at the bike? Put it up in the stand?
Yeah, let's check it out. I actually don't even have my bike.
Okay.
But
you can show it off?
Yeah, I have another BMC, which is a sweet ride I rode yesterday, and it might be my bike tomorrow. Who knows?
Let's do it.
All right.
All right, let's start up top here. This is BMC's offering into the gravel world. Tell us about this bike. You've been with BMC a long time, so you're very familiar with them and their setup, their geometry and stuff like that. What's up with this beautiful machine?
Yeah, so I spent 11 years racing road bikes for BMC, but I never got to enjoy their fun, adventurous offerings like this. So now they got the URS line, Yeah, really about unrestricted adventure and fun. Super capable bike. Pretty relaxed head ankle, so kind of feels like, brings me back to those mountain bike days a little bit.
Okay.
Really comfortable. Sort of the trademark URS system is this, it's really sort of a suspension sort of shock dampening system.
Elastomer kind of a...
Yeah,
okay.
exactly. Get a little additional flex from the seat post as well, which I'll tell you, after 15 years racing professionally on the road, my back is pretty blown out. I got arthritis, I got fractures. So this for me is a lifesaver. It's changed what I can do in pro cycling retirement on the bike. I can still go out and enjoy, 5, 6, 7 hours on the rough stuff and not be too beat up, which I really need.
And a little bit of suspension in the front too.
Yeah, exactly. This is the URS LT, which is not what I usually ride, but I rode yesterday, may end up riding tomorrow. Got a really nice suspension system just above the fork and nice lockout up here.
I was gonna say, is it on off or is it adjustable?
It's on off,
okay.
and super stiff. When it's locked out, it's like, it's just like the carbon fork on my other URS.
Yep.
But really provides some real nice sort of stiff active compression for bombing down those hills and really staying comfortable.
Okay. What do you pilot out front there? What keeps you going?
Yeah.
Obviously, you're probably a big data guy. Are you a power guy and reading what's on the screen when you're riding?
Yeah, so honestly, like I've been a slave to the power meter and the numbers for the past 15, 20 years. I sort of committed when I retired at the end of last year, no power meter for a year.
Okay.
I want to go back to the basics, disassociate with those numbers, and it's kind of making me squirm. I'm out riding and I'm thinking like, what am I doing, man? Like how hard am I going? What am I doing? So there's been this pull to like put the power meter on, but I'm still committed to it.
Okay.
No power meter. I do look at my heart rate.
I love that cold turkey approach, man.
Yeah,
you gotta just cut the tie.
Yeah, it's
love
hard.
it.
It's a hard detox.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm running a Garmin 1030 Plus, lots of battery.
Okay.
That's a throwback to the the pro teams I was riding for the past couple of years.
Yep. No bags on here yet, but what are you planning on carrying in terms of the bag and the nutrition and stuff like that?
Like I said, this is so new to me. I've done one gravel ride over 200 miles in my life, and it was colder, it was wetter, so I had a full frame bag then. But my plan is I'll run a hydration pack with a few bits and bobs in there, probably a real small little bag here.
Okay.
And then that's it. Might tape some stuff on or whatnot, but I got to figure that out today.
Well,
I'm a rookie.
You got some time. Tires, and let's talk about tire choice and then gearing.
Yeah, so these are not the tires I'll be riding tomorrow.
Okay.
Regardless of bike, I'll be riding Zips.
Okay.
New Explorer range tire.
Okay. What about gearing? It's a big pizza pie here.
Yeah, I'm gonna run the Eagle.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna run a 52.
Okay.
46, 52. So kind of also in the spirit of adventure and having fun. It's probably not the gear setup that the pure speed specialists here are running, but I know that I'm gonna be able to get up those steep, muddy grinder climbs if I'm going to survival mode. Plenty of range.
And then pedal, I see more of a mountain type pedal here.
Yeah, definitely mountain bike pedal.
Okay.
Yeah, that was another thing I
You didn't go with Keel's running shoes? You didn't talk into the running shoes?
I did ask my buddies at the beginning of the season when I was considering maybe doing some of these gravel events, can I get away with road shoes? Because I'm also kind of addicted to road shoes now, and they're like, no man, just
not advised.
Yeah, ride the dual-sided mountain bike pedals,
Yep.
and that way you can get off and navigate whatever you got.
Cool. Man, it looks fast, just like you do, my man.
We'll see. Hopefully do the bike justice.
All right, I'm sure you will. Keep an eye for Brent Bookwalter tomorrow during Unbound. Thanks for joining us, man. We appreciate you.
Thanks for being here. Enjoyed it.
Right on. Make sure to follow us and get notifications for all of our future episodes because we got a lot more to come here from our time in Emporia on the Pre-Ride Show. Thanks for looking in.